Today on Tricrow Studios, I have too many guitars and I'm running out of room. Hi, I'm Ryan. I am addicted to guitars. Currently I have, I think it's like 47 or 48 guitars, which I did slim down from, was like 55 or 56, because I sold off like 20 and now I'm back up to a rather large number. So what I want to do here is kind of give you a rundown of the situation here in my studio, and a fix that I'm going to do to kind of future-proof the inevitable, even though I'm going to try and not buy any more guitars, but I've said that before. I'm going to apologize for lighting, but I have to do it a certain way here, so.
Okay. And I don't know if I can even get this stuff in focus. So I have 4 guitar racks right now. So we have 11 Gibson Les Pauls, another rack with 12 Gibsons in it, 12 Fender American Strats, 6 Telecasters, and a Les Paul DC Tribute Special. I've got a Martin D35 hanging on the wall, and then hanging here I have a Gretsch Brian Setzer Hot Rod, and then over here I have 2 Gretches and a Gibson ES335 hanging on the wall next to some of my amps. What I used to have is going into another room that's not going to be lit very well, but I used to have this room here. I'm not going to be able to see. Doubtful you're going to be able to see. But this is my cabinet room. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see anything. But in there, I used to have a whole bunch of guitars hanging on the wall. However, the problem with that room is that there's not enough heating vents. So hanging guitars in that room, they get cold and they kind of stay cold in the winter, so I don't want that. So yeah, what I want to do now is, like, I wanted to hang more guitars on the wall. However, I don't really have the spacing in my studs to do so the way I want to.
So after a bit of research, I've got 6 of the Hercules guitar hangers. A lot of people ask me why I use Hercules. I'm not sponsored by them. They have no idea who this channel is. Nothing like that. I've just used these hangers for years, probably the last 20 years. I've used Gibson Nitro and Fender Nitro finishes in their hangers and in their racks. And yeah, it's just a secure product. I've never had an issue where there's any like black bleed on any of the guitars, and I've actually seen black bleed on 3 Fenders that I had purchased because they were hanging on the inappropriate type of mounts or whatever in the store. And they have not increased in bleed or anything like that. So to me, I've never had an issue where these have bled before. But there's definitely people out there who don't like this brand, and I just don't know. Anyway, with that being said, I bought a whole bunch of toggle bolts. So basically what you do, you drill a specific hole size into the wall where there's no studs. You feed these through, which will take a little while to do so, but you feed them through the Hercules hook or Hercules mount. Anyway, you feed them through. You may have to drill through. Then once they're through like this, you attach this the right way You put them, anyway, you feed it through, make sure there's a couple of threads on, you place it through the hole in the wall, like this, and then as you kind of drill it, or kind of tighten this, this won't allow it to come through the hole in the wall, and it gives it a heck of a lot more sturdiness to the mount, so I should not have any worries in mounting 6 more of these on the wall. So now I have to give the update. I had to kind of abandon the whole toggle bolt idea, because with the toggle bolts, unfortunately, using them in the drywall that I have, which has insulation and the plastic barrier, like vapor barrier and everything, that really was not an option for me. I tried it unsuccessfully in 2 different spots, right next to each other, and I can cover it up with a panel. So unfortunately, the toggle bolts are a no-go. So what I have done is actually located, I do actually have studs that would work, and for some reason I didn't think I did, so I actually was able to put 3 more guitars on the wall next to the hollow bodies, and then I ended up putting another guitar up by the stairwell. However, a lot of this is a different day because I had to do it a different day because my 7-year-old daughter decided that she needed to be involved. So her guitar is actually the guitar that is hanging up on the wall. So that final rack that I had with all the Telecasters and stuff in there, that now has 3 less guitars in it. So it has 4 guitars in it, which means I can actually expand that up to 10 spaces because of where it's sitting next to the bass trap. So I can put 10 guitars in there, so 6 more guitars that I can place. The acoustic that I have, the D35, I don't want it hanging on the wall just because there is a little bit of change of temperature that does occur in this room over time, and because of that, just the D35 is a little, the finish on it's a little sensitive, so there is like the hairline crack that's beginning to show up. It's only in the finish, not in the wood, but I do want to kind of prevent that, so I'll probably end up keeping that in the case. So that means I can expand things to 7 guitars, but I do not want to expand it. I want to try and not expand it for a long time, because it's beginning to get a little too much. But I will show you very quickly, and probably with horrible lighting, what I did.
Okay, so added the Jazz Telly on the wall, the American Originals Thin Line. You can see my daughter's guitar, poor lighting, hanging on the wall, and then behind the light that I have here is my Strat Telly. So now I have 11 guitars, 12 guitars, 12 guitars, and 4 guitars. 2 on the back wall, 1 by the stairwell, which is not mine, and 6 on the wall right next to me. The biggest benefit is I find myself not reaching for the Jazz Telly as much because it's always kind of, like, I have a whole bunch of amps and stuff like that that are usually like laying on the floor as I'm switching through them. And it's usually in the far rack there, so now with it on the wall, it's going to be a lot easier for me to get to, a lot more accessible, and I'll end up using it a lot more. Anyway, thanks for watching.